Good evening and welcome to the ICCA Academy Oval here in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. This is the SkyX.net presents ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League 2022-2023. We are coming to you live and exclusive from the ICC Academy Oval grounds here in Dubai. All set for another game, match number 31. It's the Emirates NBD Cricket Club who will be taking on the strong 7 districts here tonight, and another live match coming up for our viewers to enjoy as we head into another exciting contest. This tournament keeps progressing, 59 games, and this is match number 31 of those. A short while ago, Ahmed Khawaja was down there with the 2 captains and the match referee. Let's find out what happened down there.
X.net ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League 2022-2023 powered by FanCode. It's match number 31 tonight and a crucial one for both teams. To my left are the 2 captains, Mohammad Yasir leading Emirates NBD. We have our match referee Mr. Iftikhar Ahmed, and Haider Ali leading team 7 districts. Is going to be NBD to flip. Heads is the call from 7 districts. It has come down as tails. So NBD have won the toss. Mohammad Yasir, what are you going to do?
We are going to bat first this time.
And we have seen that your batting has been in good touch, but the bowling has been struggling a little bit. What do you think is a decent target that you can defend in the second innings?
The thing is, our bowling was not up to the mark. That's why we couldn't, restrict the opposition below 200. All 3 matches we just passed like 200 plus runs. So we'll try to, make 200 plus runs too. We'll give a chance for our bowling, inshallah.
Any changes to the playing 11?
We have 2 changes. Lahiru is back and Anuradha.
Best of luck for the game.
So much, sir. Thank you.
हैदर अली प्लीज. टॉस हार गए, उन्होंने पहले बैटिंग ले ली. अगर आप टॉस जीतते तो आप क्या करते?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. पिच थोड़ा सा नरम है. अगर मैं भी टॉस जीता तो मैं पहले बॉलिंग ही करता.
चलिए, आपको मिल गया जो आप चाहते थे, लेकिन टीम थोड़ा सा स्ट्रगल कर रही है. 3 मैच हो गए, सिर्फ 1 जीते. बहुत ही मस्ट विन एनकाउंटर है आपके लिए.
हमारे लिए अभी जो हर मैच है ना वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, और इंशाल्लाह हम अपना जो 100% है वो देंगे, और इंशाल्लाह ये मैच जीतने की कोशिश करेंगे, क्योंकि अभी हम फुली इन है इस टूर्नामेंट में. तो ये मैच इंशाल्लाह हम जीतेंगे तो हम हमारे लिए और अच्छा हो जाएगा. पूरी
टीम में कोई तब्दीलियाँ?
सेम टीम है हमारी. हम सेम टीम के सॉरी, एक फरमान की जगह काशिफ आया दोबारा स्क्वाड में.
Best of luck for the game, Haider Ali.
थैंक यू.
Right then, news from the center is that Emirates NBD have won the toss and they've elected to bat first.
Well, that smile on Haider Ali's face probably giving off that he wouldn't mind losing the toss and having Emirates NBD bat first. That's what they've decided to do. Well, there is a strong side for 7 districts led by Muhammad Haider at the top. Haider Ali being the captain of Idris Shahzad Ali. Muhammad Kashif scored a brilliant 98 in a recent game. Muhammad Saghir, Wahab Hassan, Muhammad Zamir, Abdul Ghaffar, the tall left arm, Rais Ahmad, Shahid Nawaz and Hafiz Almas, handy all-rounder for the team. And of course, Emirates NBD, they've been in action just 2 days ago. So they've been on the road. Muhammad Yasir, the captain, opening fast bowler. Muhammad Shahir, wicket keeper Imran. Santosh Pillai, with a spin there. Hamad Ahmad, clearly the best batter in the last few games. Anuj Thakur, Muhammad Asad Ali Raja, it's a new name we're seeing today. Akhlaq Haider bowled really well in the last game. Anuradha Ekanayaka, Muhammad Aqil Qaisar and Lahiru Malwata make up the Emirates NBD side. And they've, just to remind you again, they've won the toss and elected to get first lease of this nice looking pitch here at the ICC Academy Ovals in Dubai. Right then, the umpires, Asif Iqbal and Vipin Singh, have made their way out, and so have the two teams. Mohammad Shahid, the opening batter for Emirates NBD, will take strike against left arm spinner, the captain himself, bringing himself on early on in this game. Not a very regular sight on a pitch like this, and just like the players have made it out to the ground, Ahmed Khaja has made it inside in the call box. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Samir. Good evening, everyone watching on Fan Code, the ICCA Academy Facebook page, and the CricTracker channel on YouTube. Plenty of buzz, plenty of interest. It's a very important game for both sides. 1 win out of 3, and they need to get back to winning ways. 7 districts. Haider Ali, the skipper, taking the new ball from the academy, and here we go.
Oh, good start, isn't it? Shaping in, looking to cut there, Shahir. Too close for it. Yeah, you don't often see this here at the ICC Academy Oval, starting off with a bit of off spin, but maybe the captain there having different plans. Oh, there's another beauty here.
Another beauty. Well bowled from Haider Ali. He's bowling it at the right pace already. And Mohammad Shah just fiddling around his off stump. Now there's a slip in place. Shehzad Ali, good aggressive tactics from 7D.
It's pushed to the field at point. They will cross over for a single. They definitely will, thanks to that misfield there at point. So they do get off the mark. First runs on the board for ECC, but it's a good start, isn't it, from Haider Ali? It's been on the money from the first ball.
And I think both sides are satisfied with the toss, because batting is NBD's strongest suit and bowling is certainly 7D's strongest suit. Let's see what Mohammad Aqil Kaisar, the new entrant, can do tonight. Oh, big shot immediately in the air. Mid-wicket settling. And well, it's an inauspicious debut for him in the Arabian Cricket League. A golden duck.
First ball, he looks to absolutely top that away to the cow corner, and all he gets is a top edge, because remember, it's not even spinning away, it's going on straight with the arm, and that's taken very comfortably by the fielder there at mid-wicket. So a golden duck for Mohammad Aqil Kaisar. It's 1 for 1. It's another early start for Hamad Ahmed in his innings. He's resurrected the innings of Emirates NBD a few times, and he'll have to do it again here tonight. And straight away, we're seeing the captain Haider Ali dropping the long off down to the boundary, and then we have a deep mid-wicket who's standing on a 3/4 sort of a position. Obviously, the leg side being the strong suit of Hamad Ahmed. It's very nicely bowled again, nice and straight. Not much he can do about that.
Yeah, he is the main anchor of the Emirates NBD batting. A century and a 50 to his name in 3 innings, and he needs to apply himself once again early in the piece.
Slip in place, almost came into play, but that's been very nicely guided by Hamad Ahmed. The good thing he did there, didn't hit it too hard, made sure he got the placement right, and he beat the fielder just enough for it to trickle away at the boundary.
Beautiful balance, and look at the way he just glided it beyond the point fielder. So a boundary to conclude the first over. 5 for 1.
So tall left arm Abdul Ghaffar from the school ends. A normal service from this end for today. Started off with spin. Now Hyder Ali choosing to go with his strong, tall, fast, strong left arm pacer in Abdul Ghaffar. Let's see what swing he can derive out of this track. Generally, you always find a bit of movement on these tracks early on in the game, and if he can get this line and length right early on, then Mohammad Shahir has a lot of trouble to deal with.
Yeah, they've got a lot of quality in their bowling 70. The likes of Abdul Ghaffar, Shahid Nawaz, Hafiz Almas, and they have the leg spin of Mohammad Farooq, another left arm spinner Mohammad Zamir. They just need to get the act together with the bat. Nicely flicked by Shahid. Fine leg is up, but deep square leg absolutely racing to the ball. Oh, and there's a run out. Well, that's disaster for NBD. It's their kingpin Hamad Ahmed run out.
And what a throw to get rid of Hamad Ahmed. They chanced the arm. It was hit in the gap, so fair enough they attempted to do, but they chanced the arm, and what a throw. This was bullet stuff, and the keeper having enough time to take the bails off. So Hamad Ahmed, today he can't do much for his team. He has to depart for an unfortunate run out. He goes for 4. It's early trouble for Emirates, 5 for 2.
Anuradha Ekanayake in early in the piece. 2 wickets down in the first 7 balls. Unbelievably for NBD. They'll be kicking themselves after winning the toss and electing to bat first. And a lot of pressure on Mohammad Shahir now. He's run out the man in form in his side.
Full swinging in. Love to see that from left armers, don't you? When it's coming back into the right hand. And rather generally we've seen from him 2 nights ago that he relies on that technique of his. May not be the best from the textbook, but he does rely on it quite a bit. A very straight bat kind of a player. And what good bowling this has been. Brought himself on, Hyder Ali picked up a wicket, and now he's got up to his tall fast bowler. Yes, there was a run out, but it's been good stuff so far from 7 District.
Yeah, they look really switched on tonight. They need these 2 points. They need to get back to winning ways.
Match down the leg side, losing a bit of control there, Abdul Ghaffar. That happens once in a while when you're getting that swing, when you're looking for that swing, you're trying to over straighten, you end up going down the leg side. Not easy, isn't it? Yes, they are professional cricketers, but it's not always easy to come in and put in a perfect performance every night.
Absolutely. Sometimes your rhythm just isn't there. You're not feeling it in your run-up. The ball is not coming out of the hand right. But tonight, Abdul Ghaffar seems to be on song.
Oh, that's almost struck him in the pad. Lucky I've got an inside edge there. Not looking comfortable here, Anuradha. Look at that beautiful movement into the right hand. That's a typical left armer's delivery. Had he not got any better out of that, that was going to hit the stumps.
Well, at least he's getting a stride in, Anuradha. That's one way to try to negate the swing. But you have to be absolutely in sync with the way you prod forward. Otherwise, if it gets your pad, there'll be a big appeal coming in.
Again stuck on the pads, and I've noticed the way he's setting himself up, Anuradha. Not much of a bat lift. I wonder if that's his usual game, or if he's just having the bat low, especially because of that left arm angle, that it's just coming into him, and he wants to make sure he gets his bat out at the right time.
Yeah, that would be a good adjustment. Reduce your back lift, especially to somebody who's got pace and is swinging the ball in late. That's one way to try to negate his threat. But still a brilliant over from Ghaffar so far.
Again going down the leg side. I tell you what, Ghaffar has bowled well tonight, but he still hasn't bowled that perfect ball. And his moment he gets that, the way Anuradha has set himself up, I'm worried. He looks like a prime candidate for either an LBW or a clean bowl.
Well, he'll be super relieved to just kick it away and get on the non-striker's end. Mohammad Shahir, he has gotten underway, but that run out will certainly be playing in the back of his mind. He needs a big score tonight.
Last ball. Oh, that's nicely been flicked away down the leg side, but it's straight to the fielder. So no run. Good over by Abdul Ghaffar. Just a couple in there. 8 for 2. Hyder Ali will continue, and why not? Picked up a wicket off just his third delivery, and now he'll try and prize out another one. We're bowling to Anuradha, who's looked very tentative and uncomfortable.
I would have thought about introducing a pacer here, Samir, the way that Ghaffar was hooping the ball around. Shahid Nawaz, we've seen, he hits that seam and gets that ball to jag off the pitch. Maybe Hyder Ali, fair enough, he got that early breakthrough, but I would have introduced one of the seamers for sure.
Yeah, seeing the movement that Abdul Ghaffar got would be a bad idea to actually do that. Maybe Hyder Ali has plans to try and invite the batters to try and go after him. Oh, that's adjusted well in the end by Anuradha. Maybe what he's thinking is, okay, they've got bogged out from the other end. They might want to play a few shots against the spinner himself, that is Hyder Ali. That'll help him pick up another couple of wickets, hopefully. Yeah, shaped up to play that big shot, but all he got was the fielder at mid-off. Didn't really get too much bat onto that.
Yeah, he has a long on and a deep square leg in place, Hyder Ali. So certainly tempting that lofted shot through the offside.
Oh, what a delivery that is. You know, I'm mighty impressed by the control he's shown tonight, Hyder Ali. New ball for a spinner so early on. Look at that. That was wonderful. Brilliant delivery.
I love the way he uses his entire body and gets action on the ball there.
Looks to cut it away, makes a bit of room, but Hyder Ali is on top of his game here. Can he do a really nice rhythm? And rather, 8 balls now, yet to get off the mark. Clearly uncomfortable. Watch out, there might be a big stroke coming up of shocking frustration. Oh, just push that faster. Showing the full face of the bat on rather, another dot ball.
Fantastic bowling from Hyder Ali so far. He's been on the money. Captain very determined to make sure they put in a good show. The long on has been brought in and the long off pushed back. Interesting move.
Again looking to cut it and getting nowhere close to it. What an over by Hyder Ali. A maiden over, a rare sight in T20 cricket. 3 overs done, 8 for 2. Eight for 2 in 3 overs. Abdul Ghaffar will steam in. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. And they're asking the question, but that missed everything. Right smile on the face of Asif Iqbal. He's just admiring that delivery, isn't he?
Well, that was just too good to play. Pacey, jagged back in, just going over the bails. Absolute ripper from Abdul Ghaffar. He is on song tonight, big time, hunting for wickets.
But he's got his line right there. But now he'll want to adjust his length. Just go a little bit fuller with pace, and if he can cut it back the way he did. That's a bottom hand here for Shahir. Clearly a strong onside player. So he's looking for that flick on the leg side. And he's done just that. He's done that beautifully this time. Little too full. Was there to be hit, and he's picked it up and deposited that over cow corner. In fact, not over cow corner, but one bounce into the fence.
Good composure there from Shahid. It was full once again, and he was prepared for that ball jagging back in and picked the right scoring area. Nice shot.
And that's his strength, isn't it? The onside. We've seen him flick a few now. And welcome boundary here for Emirates NBD. They were brought down. Quite a few dot balls together, the last over being a maiden, so this will release some of the pressure here. Need a few more of those though. This time it's cut away, no real swing in there. Went on straight with the arm. Enough room for Shahir to just get enough bat on it, and that will trickle away to the boundary too. So boundaries back to back. This is good stuff for Emirates NBD.
Beautiful batting, smart batting. He knew he would pull his length back and just tapped it on the head, beat that point fielder. No chance for the deep third. Now he's looking good. Mohammad Shahid, 10 of 8 deliveries. Very fluent indeed.
A complete opposite of what Anuradha has been doing on the other end. There's a real struggle, but Shahir hasn't looked too rattled. He seems to be going along his merry ways and seems determined. He's got that look in his face today. Again, nicely hit. Didn't get all of it. And a bit of a risky single, but they'll take it.
But this time slightly agricultural, playing across the line, being perhaps a bit over aggressive. Don't try to create a shot that isn't there. There was a deep square leg and a mid wicket right on the edge of the 30-yard ring. You could have easily found either of them, so have to be careful.
Yeah, those two boundaries probably got his adrenaline pumping and going with the flow. So they say, as they say, Ghaffar has been expensive this over. Again, Anuradha getting nowhere close to it. This one had a bit of bounce and a bit of an inward movement, not as much as we saw in the last over, but still enough to trouble Anuradha, who clearly, visibly looks uncomfortable here.
I think he just needs to cut down his back lift, cut down on his stroke play, just glide it down to third, at least get off naught. That will make him feel a lot better. Right now he's just struggling to lay bat and ball.
Yeah, 7 District won't mind him hanging around for a while, eating up those deliveries. It's defended again. Get some bat, but again, it's another dot ball. So good comeback from Abdul Ghaffar after getting hit for those two boundaries. 4 overs, 17 for 2. A third over for the captain. This time it's cut away nicely by Shahir. So struggle in the previous over for Anuradha, but Shahir seems very well in form today.
Love the footwork. First that front foot press, then got deep in his crease and just sized it away behind cover point. Beautiful shot.
It's as if he's batting on a different wicket tonight, Shahir. Looked completely different to the rest of the batters here. Oh, that's what needs to be done, isn't it? Just push it very slightly. Don't look for those fancy shots. Play the ball to its merits. That's what a lot of good batting coaches will tell you. Even though it's a T20 game, there's runs to be made if you play the ball to its merits.
Well, we can see just outside the com box, Shahid Nawaz, the right arm seamer, is warming up. So perhaps it will only be a 2-over spell for Ghaffar. And he's another quality option to have. Shot.
Cut away, but it's straight to the fielder. dot ball, boundary, and three dot balls, 2 dot balls now.
Yeah, that's been the main sore thumb for NBD. They hit a boundary here and there, but the strike rotation has been next to zero. That's where they need to get going.
I'll try to pull that away. And yes, this example of what we were saying. And that's because they're playing with such hard hands, Ahmed, that they're hitting it so hard. It's either going straight to the fielder or to the boundary. There's no drop and runs or nudge and runs or just touch cricket. That's been missing from their game, Emirates NBD's.
Oh, this time he has cleaned him up. Well, Haider Ali gets the ultimate revenge. And that's a massive blow to NBD. The in-form batter Mohammad Shahir. He was setting you up, pushing you on the back foot. That one was just forced through, and the off stump has been rocked.
That's the only man, Shahir, who looked comfortable today, and he had to now walk past the dreaded pavilion. Unfortunately, it's 15 for him. 3 wickets down now. It's 21 in under 5 overs. So 2 Sri Lankans combined in the middle. Lahiru Malwatta joins Anuradha. Well, a lot rests on this partnership. It's a 4th wicket partnership, and this needs to click for them if Emirates NBD are to find themselves competing in this game. 7 districts have been all over Emirates NBD this evening.
Yeah, he played a handy knock in the previous game. Let's see if he can capitalize on that decent form, and certainly a partnership desperately required.
Let's go to promotion of the order. He want to prove a point here to his teammates. Oh, that's a risky shot to play, isn't it? Haider Ali is pushing it nice and straight on the back foot. Not the best way to start things off, but it's 5 overs done. 7 district on top. It's 21 for 3. None of 12 Anuradha, and he'll take strike again to Abdul Ghaffar. Clearly rattled him up the previous time he faced him. Oh, looks for the big hike, and Anuradha finally gets off the mark.
Well, I remember a celebration by Rahul Dravid in a test match in England when he got a huge applause from the crowd for getting off not after like maybe 50-60 odd deliveries. This one not as drastic as that, but Anuradha will certainly be relieved. 13th time is the charm.
Well, divide that by 3, and in a T20 format, I think it's equal. 13 balls for the first single. It does call for a celebration. Abdul Ghaffar will now bowl to Lahiru Malwatta. He's going to face him for the first time tonight. Ooh, wild drive there. And it's a no ball signal by the umpire. So that's a bit of an opportunity for Lahiru Malwatta to break loose and get a bit of rhythm going with a big hit here. Free hit being signaled as we see.
Yeah, I was expecting Shahid Nawaz to come into the attack. Instead, they've given Ghaffar 3 on the trot. Perhaps over-exerting himself, over-trying. He's beaten the edge of the bat, the inside edge a fair few times. So perhaps just overstriding. But an opportunity for Lahiru with the free hit.
Well, that's gone right up. It has gone the distance. There'll be 1 bounce into the boundary behind the bowler.
Kept his shape and just forced it through toe end of the bat, but with the very short straight boundaries, Just one bounce over the rope. So a timely boundary for NBD. They need plenty more.
Abdul Ghaffar, now the third boundary is given away. We want to correct things here. Yeah, back of a length. I think he prefers that. This is good running. This is what was missing from the game from Emirates NBD. Just tap, make the fielder run in, let him do the hard work to pick it up, and then you cross over for a single. Keep that scoreboard ticking. Don't get bogged down.
Yeah, that was played with a lot of control and assurance. That's what they need from this pair. Two of your countrymen wearing yellow and blue. Old school game, should bring back a lot of vibes. It feels like a match between New Zealand and Sri Lanka right now.
Oh, once again, Anuradha, how many times has he done that this evening? He just doesn't seem to be reading Abdul Ghaffar at all.
But he certainly has that ability to miss the ball. That's underrated, I'm not kidding. You need that when you bat in the top four.
Somehow it's just missing the edge, isn't it? And Abdul Ghaffar must be thinking, what am I going to do here to somehow get the edge of this guy? So far, he's survived. But 1 of 14, well, he has a lot of catching up to do. That's for sure. This is like watching a replay, isn't it? Anuradha clearly not himself. Abdul Ghaffar shaping it back in nicely, just like any left armer would do. I wonder if Anuradha is trying a bit too hard. Stand there, maintain your stance, don't move away, keep your shape, and just get that nudge, get that single.
Well, it's frustrating for the batter, but imagine Abdul Ghaffar. He must be doubly annoyed that he hasn't dismissed him by now. He's gotten inside edges on the in-swingers, been beaten outside off on the length balls, and he's still at the crease though. That's all that counts.
This time he gets some bat, but once again, it's straight to the fielder. So he's looked comfortable wherever it's been pitched full, but short of a length and good length. And rather not being himself. 1 of 15 for him. 6 overs done, 28 for 3.
So the new bowler coming in is Mohammad Zamir Abbasi, another high quality left arm spinner. So they have stuck to the game plan of spin from the academy end. Let's see if Abdul Ghaffar bowls 4 on the trot, or will they switch over to Hafiz Almas or the other seamer Shahid Nawaz.
The power play has clearly gone the bowling team's side. 28 for 3. We've seen some big totals here, so clearly below par. Drops it short. Anura Lahiru onto the back foot and pushes that down to long off for a single. So bit of a loosener here.
Yeah, they've kept both long off and long on back. I would still tempt the batters, bring one up, maybe the long off into the circle. Have to be positive in your captaincy, in your field placings. Over the top of backward point, but there is a sweeper there and the ball wins the race. Boundary.
Anurada finally making a good connection this time. Looks comfortable against the spinner, and this time width was offered. He got excited there, made sure he got a good part of the bat onto that, and it's a welcome boundary for him.
Yeah, that was a hit me ball if there ever was one. And like you'd expect from two Sri Lankan batters, very assured against spin. 5 of 17. Let's see if he can make it count.
Can cut away, but not with as much conviction as the previous ball, so the field end point will cut it and just stop it with a dot ball. So Anuradha, as we've been keep saying, he needs to catch up now. 5 of 18, not going to help his team's cause. Now that he's taken up all that, needs to bat the 20 overs. Looking to go hard again. Zamir though has struggled to find his length. It's a little too short.
Well, the entire leg side field is spread for him. Could he just walk across the sticks and place it there. He'll pick up 2 quite easily, I reckon. He goes over the top of extra, and Shahid Nawaz from long off, he was on the move quickly and keeps it to 1. That's excellent fielding.
And an excellent throw. Generally, we've seen some teams here, some good batting teams have always taken a single off the throw as well. But this time, it's very good effort here by Shahid Nawaz. On to our left here from the com box. Again, it's on the extra cover region, so he seems to prefer that. Again, the fielder might just cut it off, a bit of footwork. And he does cut it off. So a couple this time. Hafiz Almaz there doing the cleaning up work.
Yes, slightly unorthodox way of fielding the ball, but it worked out nonetheless. Productive over for NBD, 8 off it, 36 for 3.
.36 for 3 off 7. The projected score not looking good for Emirates NBD, given that the opposition has a very reputable batting lineup. Shahid Nawaz though, who's been right in front of us here long off, has run across the ground all the way up to the school end, and he will begin his spell from that side.
Well, that will get him warmed up for sure. Get that heart rate going, loosen up those muscles, stiff muscles, and let's see what he can produce with the ball in hand.
Lofted onto the offside, and it will be a boundary. There is no fielder there to cut it off. There's a third man, but he can't reach there on time. So just had to get a bit of bat onto that. The pace of the ball did the rest for him.
Yeah, it was aerial, just beyond the reach of the backward point fielder. And no chance for the deep third. So a positive start here for Anuradha. He's into double figures. And could he be the man tonight for NBD?
Yeah, in the end, those few dot balls in the top might just be a good thing for them. He perhaps ate up some of those deliveries that could have been wickets otherwise. But he's got to bat 20 overs, no doubt about that. Oh, that cut back in from Shahid Nawaz. So this time he's got his line right. The first one, a bit of a loose now outside the off stump. This one back of a length, nice and straight. And rather looking to cut again, but just getting the inside part of the bat.
Yeah, that's his natural length. Just short of good length or back of a length and hit the seam. Get that ball to nip off the surface. I'd like to see a slip in there for him. Give him something to fight for. Getting an outside edge.
Yeah, tall, isn't he, Shahid Nawaz? His action reminds me of maybe an Andy Flintoff. That high arm, both the arms going up during the delivery stride. Oh, looking for that wild high cover, extra cover. He's looked to play that many times tonight. A few times again Abdul Ghaffar, and all of them missing him completely. This time against Shahid Nawaz, and again the result is the same.
And that's a loss of concentration. You don't need to do that. You've worked so hard. 10 off 23. Why give it away with an airy-fairy hoik outside off? You have plenty of gaps in the outfield now. Just work those. Take your team to about 150, 9 runs per over. That's certainly something you can defend.
Oh, he's looking for that wild shot again, isn't he? It's way outside the off stump. He's making room, almost walking away to his leg side and looking to play on his offside, which is not what you want to be doing. Perhaps get closer to it.
And Lahiri needs to have a word with him. He's remaining in his crease. Maybe they're just having a conversation from one end to the other, but he should go up to him, tell him, mate, it all relies on us. We need to apply ourselves. Current partnership of 19. Let's keep chipping away and let's see where we are in the final 4 or 5 overs.
That's a bit better. It was straight on, so he stood there. This guy. That is what it is. It's not rocket science. You maintain your shape. You ensure you're playing the ball to where it's supposed to go. not where you want to hit it all the time.
And the trend has been at this ground. The first 7 to 8 overs will belong to the bowlers. In the second half of the innings, you can really pile on the runs, counter-attacking the spinners, and that wet ball making it difficult for them to grip. And then you can really lash on and add maybe 100 plus runs in 60 balls.
Lahiru Malwatta gets a big outside edge. The third man will clean it up quite nicely. So just a single to end the over. Good over in the end from Shahid Nawaz. It's 42 for 3 after 8. Zamir, who's been the expensive bowler of the lot, at least in the context of this game, 8 is not a bad reading in this format, but the rest of the bowlers have done so well. He'll want to bowl a better over here, and that is what it is. That's all you need to be doing, especially against two batters who are very tentative, who aren't very comfortable. That's all you need to be doing. That area, it's perfect.
And actually, Zamir usually bowls with the new ball, so it's a new role for him in 7D. Hitting the splice of the bat once again. Quick single. Good communication.
Yeah, this is something the two batters will have to concentrate on. Yes, you need those boundaries, but if the boundaries aren't coming, at least keep the scoreboard ticking. Get 5, get 6 runs an over, and as you said earlier, Ahmed, bat maybe until the 15th over. See where it gets you. Give yourself a chance in the game. Looks to cut away, but it's straight to the keeper's hands.
Yeah, he's tried that back cut a fair few times against the spinners. Only latched on it maybe once. That was in the first over of Zamir.
Outside edge. That's straight through the gate. A misfield, a rare one from 7 District. And Anuradha will say, well, the way I've been batting, I'll take any way they come. Thank you very much for a boundary.
Well, that is atrocious fielding from Mohammad Saghir Afridi. And immediately Zamir spun around and looked at his captain, Haider Ali, at long on. He wants that fielder changed. Hasn't been any move made yet so far, but that will frustrate the bowler. You can see he's still shaking his head in disgust.
Yeah, this one though deserved to be hit. Although he's lucky to get away there. I mean, straight to the field there. That was a bad ball. Could have gone for a boundary, but he's just got a single. So maybe it cancels things off after that last delivery.
Yeah, this time he won't be spinning around to his captain. Rank long hop. Lucky to get away with it. Lahiru, 10 off 9. This partnership has grown to 27 runs. So they're providing some resistance.
Oh, talk about resistance. That is more than resistance. That is aggression. And for the first time tonight, we're seeing a maximum. And that too a nicely hit one from Anuradha.
Beautiful shot there. In fact, it was Lahiru Malwatta. Look at that, playing across the line. Clean swing of the blade and plenty of distance, crashing into the academy glass panel wall. 54 for 3 at the end of 9.
Shahid Nawaz is seaming in to Anuradha. And that is a display that we've seen quite a few times now.
Yeah, he tries to force it off the front foot, doesn't really get back deep in his crease, throws his hands at the ball. He's asking for trouble. On another day he would have easily nicked off, but 16 of 29, he's riding his luck tonight, and so far so good. Partnership up to 33 runs.
Well, when you're backing away to a short length delivery, you need to cut it, not drive it. Oh, what was he playing there? What was that shot played by Anuradha Ekanaika and completely missed it? I wonder how that missed the leg stump there. Look at that, so close.
Once again playing from the crease, and that ball just sliced him and diced him in half. Dream delivery from Shahid Nawaz. He's bowling beautifully tonight.
I'm going to speak to Anuradha after this game and ask him to go buy a lottery ticket. He's been extremely lucky this evening. How many times have we seen the ball just whiz past the outside edge? Mind you, if the DRS was in display here, the bowlers would have won it a few times. Right then, now we have a slip in place. Shahid Nawaz has decided, well, enough is enough. I have to be a bit more attacking. Again, that wild swing on the offside. How many times have we seen this? This is becoming very desperate looking batting from Anuradha here.
Yeah, now Lahiru is going up to him, telling him, mate, what's going on? Why are you throwing your bat at it? Why not just glide it down to deep third for one? It's clearly not in your strong zone, so why not just play the percentage shot?
Just watching him bat, he prefers the offside for sure. He likes to play in that region, but he almost moves away when playing the stroke. So his body strength and his balance is falling onto the leg side, but his bat is going onto the offside. So that's probably the reason why he can't seem to make any connection at all. Except when it's full. When it's full, he looks in control. Back of a length, good length. It's a struggle for Anuradha Ekanaika. Missing it again completely. So another one goes past the edge.
Well, I'm sure they'll be content with the opposition scoring at 5.6 runs per over. Perhaps they could bowl fuller on the stumps though. That could be my mild critique of 7D.
Well, I'm not sure if the captain might be cheeky enough and say, right, I think it's good to have this batter on strike. Let's chip away at the wickets from the other end. Let's have another batting for the entire 20 overs. One thing's for sure, that run rate is going nowhere.
Yeah, very true. Only about 111, 115 at this rate. They'll be mighty pleased with that. This time the fuller one, and he's missed it again.
Yeah, again, if you watch closely, he doesn't get close to the ball. His body falling away on the leg side and he's swinging on the offside. That's not how you want to play a drive or a cover drive. You want to get close to the ball, get your front foot towards the ball, not against the ball. And it's also taking a leg stump guard, mind you. That makes it even more difficult to reach it when it's outside the off stump.
Well, you have to be very mentally strong as a middle order batter. Fair enough, the bowlers are dominating, but you need to forget what happened on the previous ball. Once again, a fish outside off. It's the second maiden of the innings for 7 districts. This time from Shahid Nawaz. 54 for 3 at the halfway stage.
Right, then we've seen left arm spin, we've seen left arm pace, we've seen right arm pace. Now it's time to see a bit of right arm leg spin. Raees Ahmed will be the new bowler in the second half of this innings of Emirates NBD. 54 for 3, going nowhere with this innings. Shot, Lahiru Malwata pulls it, and that's in the gap. In fact, it's not. The fielder has just cut it off, the long on fielder, that's the captain himself. There'll be a couple there. And I'm joined in the comm box by Mr. Neil Oja. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Sam. 56 for 3 in 10.1. Not the ideal start. Look at Anuradha's strike rate. He's going at less than 50. And mind you, this is not a test match. Just to remind you, a wide ball there. Just to remind you, it's a T20 game.
Yeah, a bit of pep talk from the captain before the game, guys. We need to spend time in the middle. Anuradha seems to have taken that quite seriously and literally. You need to make runs when you're in the middle. Not go at this straight in a T20. Well, that's well bowled there by Rais Ahmed. Onto the back foot, Lahiru Malwatta. And they'll attempt a couple. Oh, looks like trouble. There might just be a run out here. Yes, there is. Oh, where were you going, Anuradha Ekadaka? Where were you going? Lahiru was never interested there. The keeper running all the way and picking up that ball, and very good on the part of the fielder there to run to the stumps. Made sure he's collected it.
Oh, that's right. When you're taking these runs, you have to be right on the money every single time. And look at that, very smartly done. An underarm throw on the stumps and gone.
Well, in the end, it took a run out for Anuradha Ekadaka to get out. There were over 20 odd plays and misses of his 34 deliveries that he's faced. There were so many that went out past the outside edge, almost kissed them. But in the end, it's a run out that gets rid of Anuradha Ekadaka. Funny game, isn't it? This 10.1 overs, it's 57 for 4. Anuj Thakur, the left-hander, being bowled to by a leg spinner. So this should be an interesting contest. A single to get off the mark on his bright orange pads. Reminds you of Netherlands' cricket uniform.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. A color that our fellow friends from Pakistan would never forget.
Oh, they'll remember it for a long time.
Trying to guide it towards third man, we'll get a dot ball.
All the batters that have walked in and out today, Lahiru Malwatta has looked the most solid. He's looked very comfortable, whether it be against pace or spin. And he needs to be the one here for Emirates NBD to... Oh, that's been hit up. Have I spoken too early? Have I spoken too early? Yes, I have. Cleaned up there by long off. He was playing some good looking strokes, Lahiru Malwatta, but this time getting a little too selfish. Over the field and into the hands of long off for a comfortable catch, and he perishes.
A very, very simple catch. Came around, settled in comfortably and took it. And that'll be one more wicket. 2 wickets in this over. And suddenly, the team looks in all sorts of trouble. 5 down, Lahiru Malwatta walks back.
Akhlaq Haider is a handy all-rounder for Emirates NBD, and tonight he'll have to bring out his A game if he needs to make a match out of this for his team. Rais Ahmed has picked up his first wicket. Oh, I got a good ball to a new batter. Will get off the mark with a little polite inquiry from the umpire. In fact, he's gone for the third umpire.
Well, let's have a look. You never know.
You know, I think that was very close. It was a very casual finish there by Akhlaq. Look,
Oh,
he
yeah.
put his foot in. I don't think he had his foot inside.
I would be very, very keen to watch that again, because he definitely didn't slide his bat in. Just tried to jog in, didn't think that there could be a connection. The ball was coming on the backside. Oh. And we'll have to wait for the third umpire's signal.
Yeah, I think we've just got confirmation. We're looking again, and the third umpire has decided that Akhlaq Haider was being a little lazy there in the end.
Oh!
You know, it reminds me of the World Cup finals words, the barest of margins. That's how he lost his wicket.
Oh, that's lazy. That is extremely lazy. Come on, you need to slide your bat in. That's a basic of cricket. You can't be forgetting a basics. Oh.
I took it too easy. I didn't think he was. He didn't think that he was going to hit the wickets there. He thought he's just going to go to the bowler. In the bowler misfielded it, mind you, and it went straight to the stumps. Well, talk about an unfortunate run out, but it was his own fault there. One more wicket down, so it's 59 for 6 now. Muhammad Asad Ali Raja walks into bat, so another left-hander. 2 left-handers on the crease now, Nij Thakur and Muhammad Asad Ali Raja. And a new bowler in place, Hafiz Almas, bowled very well a few games ago. He'll want to now pick up a few wickets here. Oh, that's very well bowled. Good shape into the left-hander. And this is still a bit of movement. It's a 12th over in progress.
Well, yeah, the wicket is playing nice and true. Yes, we've come again to one of the centre wickets, and what this wicket is giving is a little bit of extra support to the seamers. This movement of the deck.
Well, they start off with spin. Skipper Haider Ali bringing himself on to open the bowling. Picked up a wicket off the opening batter, Qaisar. But this time he's swinging away, so this is very good bowling. Hafiz Almas got his line and length perfect. Ali Raja looking a bit tentative.
When you come into bat and you see 59 on board with 6 wickets down, the pressure is definitely there on the batter's mind, and also you need to realize that they need to play almost 9 more overs from here on. So Anuj and Ali would have massive stress in their minds, trying to figure out what has to be done.
Oh, that was shaping in. He looked for that big hoik. Got the inside part of the bat. They might attempt a 2. They are attempting it. In fact, this might be very close. Oh, he's buried. It's a good running there. Ali Raja came back very fast for the second one, and he's able to complete that 2.
Yeah, he started off late for the first run, but as soon as he completed the second, he knew that he wanted to go to the danger end. Ran hard and comfortably completing 2.
I'll let you in on a little secret from a fast bowler like myself who bats at about 7, 8, 9 usually for my team. Not recognized to be a batter, by the way. And that can play in our advantage. I'll tell you why after this ball. Oh, that's nicely bowled. That's very nicely bowled. Back of a length. Ali Raja looking to glide that to third man. So generally when you walk into a situation like this, your team doesn't expect much from you, because you're supposed to be a lower order slugger. You're a fast bowler. You don't really bat as a discipline, but that gives you the freedom to express yourself, because there are zero expectations. you know you can do anything you want. Now, if I were to be in this position, I'd generally go out and enjoy my batting. I'd get some much needed time in the middle because I don't get to bat in the nets when the team practices because I'm a fast bowler. This is a perfect opportunity. 8+ overs. Vedals right in the middle. Again, we've seen this so much today. Anuradha Ekirake on the top against Abdul Ghaffar and Shahid Nawaz, and this time Hafiz Almas troubling Ali Raja.
Well, yeah, challenges getting compounded. One more delivery to go. Just 2 runs he's given, Hafiz. He would take this any day, any game he'll take this. Just 2 runs off the over so far.
So my point is, even if you try to spend time in the middle and get out, or do something fancy and get out, no one's going to say anything to you because there's zero expectations from you as a batter.
That is so true. That is so true. And again, modern day cricket expects you to be a player who can do everything, a utility player. Dot ball to end the over, 12 gone, 61 for 6.
A very sad looking Emirates NBD dugout at the back, as you can see. And on the right of your screen, Captain Haider Ali has led from the front. Beautiful bowling changes today. All of his bowlers putting their hands up and putting a brilliant performance. 6 wickets down in just the 12th over. Shahid Nawaz, bit of shape inward to the left-hander. This is a different challenge now. He's been bowling to Anuradha Ekirake, the right-hander, and now he has to contend with 2 left-handers. Might have hurt himself here. Let's take a look if he's all right. He's walking back. Yeah, it's not a very happy looking dugout. Mohammad Yasir there, the captain, sitting next to Hamad Ahmed. What do you think they're talking about? Probably tomorrow, how many credit cards to approve, how many loans to approve.
Yeah, they'll be like, listen, I've got my target completed. Before the end of the month, I'm going to get a big gold chain.
you sometimes have to feel for these players. They are, most of them are working full time. They play the sport for a passion, and it's as if sometimes, even as commentators, we can tend to be a bit too harsh. But I guess that is cricket, isn't it? Every time you're out there in the field, whether you're watching or playing, you expect to see good action.
No, you're right. Expectations are always high. Even their family, their friends who are watching this game, they expect them to win. They're not expecting them to go out and have fun and lose. That's all right. No, the expectations from their friends, their families is that, hey, you know what? My husband, my son, my brother, my friend is playing, and they're sitting and watching at home maybe. And then all of them are of the same opinion that he's playing, maybe he's going to score some runs today, maybe he's going to play some fantastic cover drives like Virat Kohli, maybe he's going to play some front foot pulls like Rohit Sharma. All of these things will come into mind.
Yeah, I mean, you sometimes are a role model, aren't you, to so many people. You missed out the one relationship, and that is your son could be watching you. Now, how important is that? Setting an example and being that one cricketer that your son looks up to, your daughter looks up to, for that matter. It's been a good performance here by 7 District. They've been really ruthless here in the way they've bowled. Mind you, there were 3 run-outs in these 6 wickets. So the fielding also has been very good. Of course, assisted by some very questionable decision-making in between the wickets.
Yeah, when there are no runs, you don't run. Simple as that. Also some basics missing.
Well, the good thing is that Shahid Nawaz is all right. There was a little scare for him. Thought he had hurt his finger, but He's back now. He gives away a single to Ali Raja. Oh, that's an overthrow, so there'll be another run. No wonder the fielder seemed quite annoyed that the keeper didn't pick that up.
Well, yeah, overthrow is never a good way to give runs, because then it talks about your inability to control those throws.
Just when we were talking about good fielding. Keeps coming back, doesn't it? The commentator's curse.
Well, it is true. It is so true, I tell you. Swing and a miss there.
Another one. We've seen so many of these 12 and a half overs. There have been 75 deliveries in this game, and I can tell you at least 45 of them must have been swings and misses. So many of them tonight.
You're right. Just 3 runs he's given. And mind you, look at his stat, 9 runs in 2.3 overs. That's an economy most of the bowlers in the world would kill for.
He's a brilliant bowler, Shahid Nawaz. But that's been hammered up onto the offside. There is no protection in the deep there, but the fielder will cut it off. All the way from cover, he'll run back. They might just go for a 3. Chancing his arm. Oh, that was closer than he would have thought, the batter. In the end, he made it through Anuj Thakur. That's how they needed to run at the top of the innings. Might be a little too late here.
No, you're right. But then again, see, this is what it is. You need to have faith in your abilities. You need to trust your partner. And that's what the sport is all about. It's a team sport. As much as you believe in yourself, you need to believe in your partner too.
That's gone right up in the air. The bowler will get underneath and he will complete it himself. Don't need to trust anyone else. I'll take the catch myself, and I'll tell you what, Shahid Nawaz has deserved every bit of this wicket. He's bowled his heart out tonight. He's beaten the batsman a few times in his 2.5 overs, and this time finally the splice of the bat goes up and he'll take that comfortably. Very well bowled, young man.
Very well said there. Absolutely spot on when you say that he deserved every bit of this wicket. Anuj Thakur caught and bowled Shahid. He toiled and finally is rewarded.
Senior statesman here, Santosh Pillai. He will now look to see if he can add some respectability to this innings of Emirates NBD. Off spinner by profession, but it's come out to bat in just the 13th over. Want to stick around for his team. Oh, look at that delivery. I was just telling you off, Anil, that he's been bowling like Anderson on day 1 at Lord's. This is brilliant stuff. End of the over, it's 67 for 7. Skipper Haider Ali may be sensing there's an opportunity to pick up another couple of quick wickets here. He's picked up 2 early on, rattled the top order with some very disciplined left arm spin with the new ball. 67 for 7. Oh. to the left-hand batter here. So this should be a challenge. 2 for 9, brilliant figures.
Well, yeah, for Haider, he would be thinking that, hey, let's see what I can do with my ability against a left-arm batter. I know Santosh might find it slightly difficult to play against the left-armer Haider Ali, but against Ali Raja, it's going to be a good challenge. Santosh should be thinking of just rotating strike and bringing Ali back on strike.
Yeah, but I think Haider Ali wouldn't have minded that single because he'd prefer bowling to the right-hander. Left-armers, they absolutely love bowling to right-handers. I'm surprised there's no slip. It's a new batter. Come on. Well, he's been pushing it through. Now, if you're bowling like that, then there's no need of a slip. I thought he might just rely on some turn and guile, bit of revs on the ball, the good old style left-arm spin. But he's chosen to go the street way of pushing it fast inside.
Yeah, try and give some flight. Yeah, there you go, slow. Oh.
That's unfortunate, isn't it? Gave the flight that you wanted, Neil, but the result not in his favour. A boundary, a much needed one for Emirates NBD.
Yeah, I mean, when you're batting, when you're bowling against the bottom half of any opposition, you know that they are going to swing. They're going to swing, so you need to be accurate. You need to pick a spot, bowl there, and try and get them out. As simple as that, because they're going to swing irrespective.
Yep. That's what they'll do. Haider Ali, I still wouldn't mind the slip. You know, it's a left-hander, I know, spinning it into him. But remember, you could just bowl the straighter one, get Ali Raja to play that expansive drive. This time it's on the back foot and a quick single. That's good batting. And it'll be an overthrow, and he might just run away to the boundary. The fielder getting his hand. Yes, he will cover it, but there'll be 2 runs instead of 1. So 2 for 17 for Haider Ali, 14 done. 75 for 7, Emirates NBD stuttering along. Leg spin to continue, and why not? 2 wickets in his first over, and he will want to try and wipe off this tail. He's got 3 overs to go, so what a wonderful privilege to have as a captain. 6 overs remaining in the game, and you've got 3 overs remaining of your leg spinner who will be bowling to the bottom half of the team. His time is full. Santosh Pillai stands upright and pushes it down for a single.
Santosh Pillai, Ali Raja, this partnership now brewing. They've got 9 runs between them, including that streaky boundary. But honestly, doesn't matter. Emirates NBD wouldn't really be bothered on how they're coming, as long as the amount is getting deposited in the account.
We'll excuse the pun there. Be another single. Yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out the mindset of the batter, of the captain. Mohammad Yasir won the toss and chose to bat first, and the way we have seen these 7 district bowlers have bowled, there's a lot in it for the bowlers. So I'm not sure what he was thinking.
Oh, beautiful delivery. No room whatsoever. Opened him up. Lucky that the ball didn't really crash into the stumps. Somehow managed to get some bat on it. These are the deliveries that push the batter on the back foot, and generally batters open up to a ball like this.
Straight to the fielder. He's run halfway down the pitch. Will it be a close one? No, the throw isn't good enough. So another dot ball. Yeah, you're right. And sometimes the ball that really skids through after it pitches, very tough, I'll tell you. You think you're going to play on the front foot, but suddenly you have to make that last moment adjustment and get on the back foot. And that's the strength of any spinner.
One last delivery to go. Rais Ahmed has done well for his side. 1.5.
After 5 of this episode. Then do 10 and then we go with the thought.
Dot ball, and that'll be it. End of the 15th. It's 78 for 7. Where was he trying to play that? He'll probably bring in a slip there, and slipping in the commentary box is Ahmed Khwaja. Ahmed, welcome.
Thank you very much, Neil. Yeah, Santosh Pillai all squared up there. It's been a struggle to disastrous. In fact, runouts has been the main bane for Emirates NBD throughout this batting effort. They ran out Hamad Ahmed, they ran out a few of their middle order batters. Lahiru got run out as well. That's really been an issue. Bowling! This time Hafiz Almas gets it absolutely right, straight full on the stumps, and Santosh Pillai has been cleaned up.
Well, yeah, that's what they've been doing. They've been just taking their wickets, and that's what you have to do. Santosh Pillai has been trying to go away from the stumps to play this ball. He's really quick. All he had to do was attack the stumps. Santosh Pillai departs. 78 for 8.
Mohammad Yasir, the captain, coming in at number 10, and it's been a very professional bowling effort from 7D tonight. They looked hungry for wickets, absolutely switched on, working hard in the field. Oh, beats the outside edge once again. Lack of foot movement there from Mohammad Yasir.
78 for 8. Now this is problem times for Emirates NBD. None of their batters has stuck around. Yes, I agree that 7 District has a very potent bowling attack, but still one of them had to have a long innings, probably play till the 15th 16th over, try and stick around, stitch a couple of partnerships. That's not happened. They're just 2 deliveries away from
This time skewed away over the backward point. Rais Ahmed was hanging around there, only going to be 1. So yeah, can they bat the final 4 overs, get up to maybe about 125, 130, gives their bowlers something to defend.
Well, yeah, they need to be above 110. It's going to be challenging. 110. The current projected score is 100. They need to go at about 7 odd runs per over to reach that 108-9 mark.
Hafiz Almas has been absolutely unplayable. Only 3 runs conceded. He's been deadly accurate. Ali Raja, well, he's been playing that way throughout the innings. Sometimes it's come off, and mostly he's been beaten.
One last delivery to go. Hafiz would want to wrap this over with a wicket, because what they've done is they've created enough and more pressure by not giving them runs. Ali Raja has been swinging and swinging hard, not enough connections.
And they need this net run rate boost after that big loss to Pacific. Bowled him, and it's a no ball. Well, Asif Iqbal with the outstretched arm, and frustration for Haider Ali in 7 districts.
Well, yeah, he would feel terrible. I tell you, he would feel terrible. He cleaned him up. It was right on top of the bails, and he'll have to go back and bowl that again. And mind you, it's going to be a free hit.
Well, that is a rare mistake in their out cricket tonight from 7D. So no change in the field. Ali Raja gets a life. Let's see if he can make it count. And Hafiz Almas, well, that's the worst possible sight for a fast bowler. Short ball, quick ball, waiting for the umpire signal. It's a wide, so repeat dose of that free hit.
I don't understand this. You know that the batter who's in front of you, he's not one of those top rated batters that you have to bowl a short delivery which will whiff past his helmet. No, all you have to do is bowl a good delivery, maybe at good length or back of the length.
They're just frustrated perhaps. He did almost everything right, but then that no ball. It's gone straight up. 3 fielders circling underneath it. It will be taken by Wahab Hassan, but the free hit doesn't count. 82 for 8 at the end of 16. Shahid Nawaz around the wicket, beats him outside off. Well, Ali Raja, it's not for lack of trying, he's certainly kept at it. 1 for 12. It's been a very tidy spell from Nawaz. Mohammad Yasir, the captain, having a short word with this burly left-hander. He needs to at least get in line with the ball, Neil.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the same thing that they probably don't get enough practice time to play against some quality fast bowlers. If they're practicing amongst themselves, they wouldn't be training with some really genuine quicks, and that kind of exposes them at a bigger stage, because they would be playing amongst themselves with bowlers probably bowling at 100, 110, maybe someone reaching 120, but these are good quicks, reaching 130, 135 regularly, and a 10 kph is a very big difference.
Absolutely. It's a very, very big step up that you need to make to compete at this level. Drilled down to wideish long on for 1, and the only way you can kind of survive is if your basics are in the right place. Look to play with a straight bat. Don't look to play expansive shots. Use the glide, use the pace of the bowlers against them, work the ball behind square or drop it and run. Eventually your body will get in sync with the pace. You'll feel a lot more confident, your feet will be moving, and you might start playing your shots.
You're 100% right. The body should work like a clockwork. It should be like machine work, where you go out, you know that this is what you have to do. Ball is coming at this length, my foot should be moving here, front foot should be going there, back foot should be moving here, head leads in. Everything should be almost like a Swiss watch.
Precision is the name of the game, whether in bowling, whether in batting, whether in fielding. Cricket is a game of biomechanics. Everything needs to be in the right place at the right time. And a big hoik once again from the skipper. Well, when he's swinging for the fences, I don't think his teammates are going to do any different.
No, you're right. This is what it is. Two more wickets to pick for 7 districts, and they would want that. They wouldn't want to linger on here. They wouldn't want Emirates NBD to play all 20.
83 for 8. This innings not really going anywhere for the bankers. They need some quick runs. Outside edge, and deep third will not catch up to it. Streaky, but Mohammad Yasir will certainly take it. 87 for 8. Look at that, pitched up just on that off stump line. Big hoik, genuine outside edge, and it runs away for 4. 87 for 8 with 3 overs to go. Hafiz Almas into his third. Chipped. There's nobody at mid wicket. Are they going to push for 2 here? Well, Ali is interested. He was halfway down the track, but it was Mohammad Yasir who refused. 88 for 8. It's been a no-show from the NBD tonight.
You're right. The checks have bounced.
Well, that's very dangerous in the UAE, let me tell you. Got to be careful. Got to have the balance. Hafiz Almas, well, his balance has been very miserly. Only conceded 7 runs. Very consistent fast bowler. Good addition. Oh, outside edge past the slip. That was a despairing dive. And Team Afghanistan in the background, keeping an eye on proceedings.
Well, yeah, they've been training here on the other over, and what a fantastic effort there. Yeah, I'm sure that the Afghan boys also would be appreciating that effort. Fantastic full stretch dive.
Yeah, they've been really putting in the hard yards in the ICCA Academy nets. And now 2 slips in place. Good to see. Rais Ahmed joins Wahab Hassan. There's a gully fielder as well as the deep point. So the plan is clear for Hafiz Almas. Bowl it full on off stump. And a big swish once again. No connection for Mohammad Yasir.
Well, yeah, they've done a sensible thing. They've been leaking runs at the third man region with those wild swings, edges going towards the third man, and that's something that is expected. When you have number 10 coming into bat, you can't be expecting them to play those drives.
Yeah, he's not going to give you that high elbow front foot extra cover drive. It's going to be slightly more unorthodox. Once again, the slow delivery this time, nicely bowled by Hafiz Almas. That's what they've done really well. They haven't been greedy for the wickets.
Yeah, so far so good. Also, he's trying to set him up. Both the shots that he tried to play were towards the mid-wicket region. I wouldn't be surprised if the next one is a nice, full, quick, outside off-stump, full length delivery.
Yeah, he's been setting them up rather than going for it from ball 1. Has stuck to his guns, stuck to his basics. This time full toss, skewed over the point fielder. Well, how unlucky is Hafiz Almas tonight?
No, you're right. This was in the plan. Ended up being a full toss. Slightly less full, and there would have been an opportunity. Because the ball did go just where he had kept the fielder. 8 overs gone. It's 93. Oh, in fact, one more delivery to go for the 18th. 93 for 8.
Yeah, they would be desperately disappointed Emirates NBD won the toss, elected to bat first, wanted to put their stamp on the game. They have a quality top order with the likes of Mohammad Shahir, Hamad Ahmed. Out, oh, this has been slapped over long off for a flat 6. Wow.
That's fantastic. Well done. Runs coming in this over. 12, as many as 12 runs in this over. 18 gone, 99 for 8.
Abdul Ghaffar steaming in. Top edge over the keeper. And well, the 6 follows a 4. 100 up at long last for Emirates NBD.
Runs are coming. It doesn't matter how, from where, they're swinging hard. And even those thick edges, these days the bats are really good.
Well, they're bowling length at the death. That is the problem. Whether you have the best batters in the world or number 10 and 11, if you bowl length at the death, you will be carded for runs. Pacey delivery this time. He was very late to that. But Ghaffar, he bowled superbly in that opening burst, but gone rewardless, perhaps a touch frustrated now.
Well, it happens when you bowl those really tight lines, you bowl those immaculate lengths, and then if you're not rewarded, if you don't get a wicket, it plays in your mind sometimes. You want to come back strong, you want to bowl a little more quicker, you want to bowl that short delivery that they'll probably rattle the helmet. You want to do all of that.
Another pacey delivery, and somehow one way or the other, all sides do manage to bat their 20 overs more or less. It's very rare that you see all 10 wickets fall.
And there was a very big opportunity, this partnership now of 25 runs, and when they came in, they looked so shaky at that point in time. I personally feel that 7 districts maybe, while the bowling has been really good, still miss out a couple of tricks on taking care of the last couple of batters.
Most certainly. This time forced through the long off region. There is mid off up, Shehzad Ali there. So somehow they've hung in there, battled, although the score is of course below par, but that just shows they've got a bit of resolve about them. 2 deliveries to go in his spell. Can he pick up one here? Ali Raja, 24 of 25. He's played and missed plenty of times, but he's still hung in there for the side. And this 26-run partnership now, very valuable indeed.
And he's played as many as 25 deliveries. That's talks about his resolve, like you mentioned. Followed the batter, will get a single. Now, my thoughts generally have been, when the batter moves away from the wickets, should the bowler be following the batter or should be aiming at the stumps?
Or even bowl wide outside off. With the dynamic crease in place, you get a lot more freedom if the bowler is, the batter pardon me, is moving around, that the umpires are willing to forgive you for bowling outside his reach. And I think that's a good move, a mature move by the authorities. Pace on, and that was much too quick for Yasir. None for 24 on the day for Abdul Ghaffar. 105 for 8 with 6 balls to go. So Hafiz Almas will bowl the final over of the innings. Can 76 knock over NBD, or can they add maybe 10-15 runs, something to cushion that low score? Well, it will be a dot ball to start, following the batter there, and it's another wide. Very surprised.
Wide for height. He's not happy. Hafiz is not happy. Umpire also saying that it's one for the over. Obviously, yes, he cannot bowl any more short deliveries.
Well, Ali Raja is a tall lad himself, must be about 6'2". And yeah, it does look a bit high, to be quite honest. He had no chance of reaching that one. So one for the over and a wide. So the next 6 should be a lot fuller, I reckon.
Well, he'll have to make changes, make amendments. So he's bringing in the fine leg. The third man is deep. And he's sent long off to the boundary. Okay, interesting.
Let's see, is it a double bluff? Yeah, the square leg is coming in as well. The fine leg is in as well. So he needs to be outside off and fullish. And that's exactly what he's done. Good bowling, Hafiz Almas.
Yeah, also he maintained his line, did not really follow the batter. We saw Ali Raza going back. Ali Raja making no connection with the delivery that was going away from him.
The bowling attack does look very, very well organized, well suited to each other. Shahid Nawaz, Hafiz Almas, Abdul Ghaffar, 3 quality pacers. Then you have the 2 left arm tweakers, Haider Ali and Mohammad Zamir Abbasi. Mohammad Farooq Mohammad not in the side today. A leggy. They played Rais Ahmed, gave them decent overs. Slow ball, he's picked it up and it's heading to cow corner for a maximum onto the cross banks. What timing!
Huge six. This time he made room and Hafiz kind of followed him and paid the price. Huge 6, and what timing for the 6.
He made that look absolutely effortless. Read that slow ball and squaring up to the bowler now. He's like, yeah, you want a piece of me? Come get me. 31 of 28. Partnership up to 34. Valuable, priceless runs for NBD. And Hafiz Almas under a bit of pressure now. Outside edge. And he's gonna skittle away for 4. Watch out, the spectators. That went like a bullet.
Yeah, he's a top scorer now for a side. Again, wanted to play someplace else. The ball went somewhere else. Doesn't matter. I tell you, it doesn't matter. It all goes in the books.
Well, is the momentum slightly shifting towards NBD? 11 runs off the over. Still 3 deliveries to go. Hafiz Almas. Well, he just lost his composure after that wide. Still a very below par score. But you never know. Funnier things have happened in the Arabian Cricket League. And bottom edge once again beats the point, but Shehzad Ali on the move. That's a very good stop. And they're pushing for 2. They'll get it easily.
Well, yeah. Ali Raja had all intentions for going for the 2. He hit the shot, went for that run, and completed the first one hard. Ran in for the second, knowing that he would be running at the danger end. But then if you're committed, you're committed. 118. This scoreboard looks extremely good now from where it was to what it is now. This partnership of 40 runs, Ahmed.
Absolutely. They were 78 for 8. So this has been a stirring fight back. 37 of 30. Can he land a couple more? Maybe even get close to a 50. Oh, followed him. And they're running on it. And Mohammad Yasir is run out by a mile. Umpire Vipin Singh gives us the dreaded digit. Good thinking, but good keeping as well.
I don't know why he ran, because it's not that Ali Raja wasn't able to hit, and now for the last ball Ali Raja will be away from the strike, so it completely beats me. Well,
it completely beats you, and it completely beat Mohammad Yasir as well. Gone for 15, 118, and then the last pair is at the crease. So Mohammad Imran gets to face one delivery. Hafiz Almas, only one wicket to his name, but there was a run out executed by the keeper quite smartly. Final delivery of the innings. Oh, nicely bowled, nicely dug out. They're going to push for two here. And there they go, big throw coming in. And oh, dropped by the keeper. Umpire Vipin Singh will send it upstairs, but I think they've completed two there, Neil.
And there was a chance of a run out. A little fumble by the wicket keeper. And that could be the difference between all out and a run.
Well, let's take a look here. He's miles away. Mohammad Kashif snatched at the ball, missed, had to recover. Still don't see any sign of the batter, and I think he's in. He didn't slide the bat, but I think we may give that as a legitimate run. Oh, it's given us out, so they'll only get one run from that one. And Emirates NBD have been cleaned up for 119 for the loss of 10 wickets.
Well, yeah, a run out on the last ball, wanting to go for the second. Again, did the same basic mistake, not sliding the bat in. Paid the price there.
Well, it was a no-show right from ball one. They lost a wicket in the very first over. Haider Ali, the captain, starting with spin. And then after that, it was a procession. Calamitous run-outs. Got rid of their best batters, Hamad Ahmed. Mohammad Shahir also flattered to deceive. But they've somehow recovered with the likes of Ali Raja striking some big blows alongside Lahiru, Malwatte and Anuradha Ikanayake. Right then, the run chase is underway here. Rais Ahmed opening for 7 districts. A target of 120 is well below par. They only have to go run a ball. But Mohammad Saghir Afridi opening alongside him. Mohammad Yasir, the regular new ball bowler for NBD. Early wickets is the name of the game. It was a very professional bowling display from 7 districts. Their spinners were very effective. The bowlers chipped away and a lot of run-outs created by their outfielders.
Oh, fantastic movement there of the deck. I like this, when these lads come in, and I know that they are not professional players, they have a day job, and to come out and play and put effort like this is just amazing. But then, since they're not playing every day, since they're not training every day, they want to give 200% every time they take the field, and that is such a delight to watch.
Absolutely, it's a learning curve. Oh, bottom edge just slashed away to deep third. So Rais Ahmed, new into the side, is underway. And Mohammad Saghir Afridi, well, the name says it all. He's a go-getter.
Well, yeah, not a lot to achieve. 120 is the target. 7 districts. For them, this is going to be, from a certain perspective, a walk in the park. A definitively strong side.
Oh, look at that big in-swinger once again. He was trying to glide it against the swing. Not good shot selection there from Saghir.
The amount he's making the ball travel is just huge. Now all he needs to do is he has to just pitch it a little further up. The batter knows that the bowler can get the ball to move in. Now you pitch it further up, you create extra doubt in the batter's mind. Yeah, there you go. That's what is required. Beautifully done.
Well, this time it went straight on. And Saghir, late reaction, a reflex action to reach for the ball. Always looking to lay the willow on the leather. But fantastic first over from the captain so far.
Yeah, he's doing extremely well. Has just given 1 single run and 5 deliveries that he's bowled. 1 last ball, and he would want to finish well. No boundaries if he can.
And this time pummeled over extra cover. They're just taking a fielder out of there to boost the point region, and he smashed it over the top for a boundary. 2 full, and Saghir Afridi cashed in. 5 for none. Akhlaq Heather, right arm medium fast, got a 5-fer in the previous match, so he'll be looking to continue his good bowling form coming from the academy around the wicket. Oh, beats him. Rais Ahmed, not a lot of foot movement there. He will get that ball to swing around Akhlaq.
Yeah, it puzzles me when a right arm bowler is coming in around the wicket to bowl to a right hand batter. The first thing that you do is you're negating any chance of an LBW. Yes, you're trying to create that angle, maybe try and get that ball in. But unless you're bowling absolutely full, there's no reason why the umpire will give you an LBW. Meanwhile, this one has been played beautifully. Ball will race away towards the backward square leg region for a 4.
Well, 2 straight and an elegant flick off the pads from Rais Ahmed. And once he missed that fine leg, it was always going for a boundary. So it's a fast start here for 7 districts. Both batters with boundaries to the name.
Yeah, this is something that, again, the challenges of a bowler bowling around the wicket. You're if you don't get the line right, you'll be more or less on that line of the pads.
Well, he switched over now. That's much more like it. Right into that block hold, speeding into leg stump. Nothing much the batter can do with that.
And I'm not against anyone bowling around the wicket, but then logically speaking, unless and until you have a plan, unless and until you've written down that this is what I'm going to do and you execute it to perfection, first over, first few deliveries,
Well, that was in the air, but there was no mid-off in place. Hamad posted at wideish long off, so it became a safe single. Very lucky to get away with that one, Rais Ahmed.
well, the ball was in air for considerable time. And again, this can be said of professional and semi-professional teams, that they're unsure about how and where to keep their fielders.
Yeah, they start doing ball chasing a bit, don't they?
No ball.
Beautifully bowled there by Akhlaq. He has that raw ability to get that ball to jag in very, very late.
Well, barring that boundary, this over has been good. But then that's exactly what has happened. In the previous over, 5 deliveries were right on the money and the last one went for a 4. Here, already a boundary, and this one will be wide, down the leg side, erring in line. The field setting is absolutely an offside dominant field.
Well, he's the third leading wicket taker of the Arabian Cricket League so far. 7 wickets in 3 matches before this. Economy rate of 8.6. So he's going along very well in the tournament. This time, much too wide. And that's the impact of Saghir Afridi at the crease. They know he's a big striker of the ball. So just looking to do too much.
Yeah, overcompensating there. Ahmed, he bowled down the leg side and then tried to keep it away from the batter's arc. And the logic still prevails that instead of giving extras, go ahead, let him hit.
True, you could buy a wicket. Or beautiful flick over the mid wicket, who's in the ring. It's touch and go if the fielder can get there, and he'll rein it in. I think it's Ali Raja. Big throw, but that's a well constructed shot. Decent over from Akhlaq, all things considered. 15 for none. Mohammad Yasir, the skipper, will continue. Let's take a look at the field for him. There's a deep square leg and a long off. No, the long off is coming into the ring. A deep cover and a deep square, so protection on both square boundaries for Yasir. Hitting the splice of the bat there. And this is a better field. At least he has protection on both sides of the square. If he glides you and beats the point, it's fair enough, that's a good shot. And if he goes aerial over the straight fielders, you can't really complain. But what you can do is protect the square boundaries here, Neil.
Indeed. And right now, I'm mighty impressed with what Yasir is bowling. Yes, he hasn't got a wicket, but the way he's been able to extract that movement off the deck, it's just phenomenal. A fist pump there. And in agreement is Saghir.
Has wonderful seam presentation. Keeps that seam pointed towards third and fine to get that swing. And we've seen throughout the academy tournaments, you will get a response from this surface and the overhead conditions with the new ball. Need to make it count though. Can they pry out a couple of wickets, put some pressure back on 70? They need less than a run a ball. Pulled with a lot of authority, and in fact it's a 6.
What a good looking shot there. Pulled his length back. He tried to probably do a double bluff because he'd put long off behind and then bowled a delivery which was slightly back. Maximum there.
Yeah, that's the one thing Yasir cannot afford to do at his pace, drop it short. And Rais is a well-built lad, looking to be aggressive, make an impression. Outside edge and third man up. That's always going to be a boundary. Nicely bowled and nicely played by Rais Ahmed.
Yeah, deliberate. Waited for the ball to come close to him, opened the face of the bat. And very, very fine. Boundary there. 26 on board already. Just 94 required of 104 at 5.4.
Yeah, they're going along swimmingly here. Rais is looking in very good touch. A good addition to their batting lineup that has struggled. This has been drilled through extra cover but straight to the fielder, Santosh Pillai. And they haven't taken one there. That's not great running. That should have always been a single. But he's looking to be aggressive. Perhaps wants more of the strike. He fancies himself against Yasir.
Oh yeah, indeed. And these batters at the top for SVD, they just need to spend some time, maybe a couple of deliveries, understand the new bowlers. They'll be able to tackle them in their own pretty way. This time there's a chase on and a little fumble there. A trip and the ball goes over the fence, 4 runs.
Well, he got it all wrong there. Just a push into mid-wicket. Lost his footing. Perhaps he has those rubber spikes, and yeah, that's where he fumbled. And then it was always running away down the slope. Expensive over for NBD, 30 for none. Akhlaq continues. A big thrashing shot there, not connecting. Saghir getting frustrated here. It can be slightly off-putting, Neil, when your partner is going at 20 off 11, belting the ball all over the place, and you're just not finding the middle of your blade.
100%. You feel like you want to try and get a couple of boundaries, get in the same zone, unless and until the mindset is that hey, you know what? Let Rais go and hit. I will try and feed him the strike. I'll be on the non-striker's end, doesn't matter, let him run the show. If that is the mindset, then hey, it's all great.
He desperately needs some runs in this tournament, Saghir Afridi. Not really given himself a chance. Always being over-aggressive. This time, skewed away between cover point. It was in the air, but they were right on the edge of the ring, and it's hit the gap and hit the fence.
Well, a boundary is coming in, and Saghir Ahmed, who was devoid of runs, is now amongst runs. Beautiful. Bisected that field setting amazingly well. Now 86 required of 100. The required run rate dropping.
But this time a beautiful flick. The bowler tried to follow the batter onto his legs, and look at that wristy flick. That's the shot of the night for me. Beautifully done by Saghir Afridi.
Now he plays this shot really well. This time, just clearing the front foot and quick hands, ensuring that the runs come in. Normally you will see players playing the flick with the head leading into the shot, and then with the body weight shifting they play the flick. Those are delicate flicks. This was more like a whip flick where the bat came in really quick.
Oh, this time trying to dab that away. The shot was on with the third man up, just moving around in his crease. So yeah, absolutely right. That had a lot of force on it. And Akhlaq, he's been put under pressure here. Different kind of match tonight. Not among the wickets and being hammered for runs. That's better. Fuller, straighter, and he has protection down the ground.
And runs are now coming very, very comfortably. 9 runs already of this over. 39 on board. Yeah, there you can see the difference. Current run rate 10.17 required. Half of it.
Good looking punch on the up. Misfield by Santosh Pillai at extra. Only going to cost them 1 run though. Another productive over for 70. 40 for none. New bowler being introduced is Ali Raja. So we saw his batting efforts. Let's see what he can produce with the ball in hand. Looks to have a fast medium bowler's run up. Tall lad. Oh, bounce and an outside edge, but nobody in the slip cordon, and it will skittle away for 4.
Well, yeah, these runs hurt everyone, especially a fast bowler, because they see an opportunity here. Maybe if there was a slip in place, maybe, and mind you, you're in the power play, you can afford to take a slip.
Yeah, certainly should have backed the bowler there. Seems to have decent pace about him. Not a long run up. A lot of shoulder action on the ball. Good delivery. He settled into a good line in length early, and the race smartly just nudging it for 1. Good strong opening partnership here for 7 Districts.
Yeah, you're right. They're building up really nicely. Asad Ali Raja himself is a well-built lad. Looks extremely fit.
Down the leg side. Well, the keeper had to be on the move there. That was certainly pacey.
Yeah, from a very short run up, he's putting in a lot of shoulder. I wonder if someone has been telling him to maybe have a slightly longer run up, more rhythmic.
Belted over the top, and 1 bounce over the rope. That's Saghir Afridi at his best.
Yeah, no stopping that. No stopping that whatsoever. 50 comes up for 7 District with that boundary. Authoritative shot. You clear the infield, the ball will race away towards the fence.
Yeah, that's where he likes it. Back of a length, offering him some width, and he just steps away and smashes it over the top. Fast hands through the ball. So Ali Raja, although he's not bowling too badly, he is taking a bit of a tap from Saghir Afridi. 21 of 13 now for him. This opening partnership looks in good stead. Dragged onto the leg side, and there's nobody at deep square. Well, that's unlucky. Streaky boundary for Saghir Afridi.
Yeah, didn't look in control whatsoever, but runs coming in, and that's what matters. It doesn't matter how they come.
A good old-fashioned hoik, bottom edge, and on this greased lightning of an outfield, you have no chance once that ball beats the inner ring. 25 of 14 now for Saghir, looking for plenty more. Outside edge again. This time the deep third was very straight.
You need to learn from your mistakes. You need to understand, and if not proactive, try and be at least reactive. Give him a man in the slips. This man is trying to do something. He's probably the only one who looked like he could pick a wicket or 2.
Yeah, he's been desperately unlucky for sure. 2 genuine outside edges would have been right down first slip's throat, but nobody there. And he spliced it up and will be taken at mid-off. So Ali Raja eventually gets his reward.
Well, yeah, he's trying hard, and eventually gets rewarded for his hard work. Anuradha taking that catch, and the first wicket rise out 55 for 1.
Mohammad Imran coming in for the final over of power play, and joining me in the comm box is Samir Yunus. Good evening, Samir.
Good evening to you. Much better batting display here than what we saw in the first innings of this game, 55 for 1 in 5. Normal service has resumed, one might say, in terms of the batting front at least.
True, but a lot of airy-fairy shots in that from Saghir Afridi in particular. Rais Ahmed was looking very solid and then just took one chance too many. And gentle looping delivery there, given as a wide, that's slightly harsh, I reckon.
Yeah, I thought so too. Looked like it was inside the line. The umpire deciding to penalise Mohammad Imran. Like I said, very gentle left arm pace, not a very heavy action, just pulling that left arm back slightly before delivering.
Yeah, he is a tall lad though, might get that extra bounce from back of a length. Let's see if that was just a setup. Oh, he's bowling some kind of leg breaks there. Interesting, but it goes for wide again. Hafiz Almas coming in at number 3. That's a surprise for me.
Yeah, I think they want to finish things off early today. 7 District, they might have some appointment at midnight somewhere. Go back home early. But just a bit of a stutter in his run-up, I noticed, with Mohammad Imran. So not really, I don't think he's a front-line bowler. Perhaps the captain, Mohammad Yasir, throwing in a surprise or two.
This time smash towards deep cover. There's nobody there. One bounce over the rope. Calculated shot there from Saghir Afridi.
Yeah, Saghir's looked good this evening. And when you give him width like that outside the off stump, he's going to punish you. Easy pickings.
Yeah, you need some protection out there on the square boundaries if he's going to bowl at that pace for sure. 30 off 16. Good to see this man coming back to some form. He's a key player for them. Punishing shot, but this time straight to the cover point fielder.
Long off and long on. Stationed at the boundary. It's interesting, we're past the power play, but still a very infield sort of a field setup. Sorry, we are still in the 6th over. Apologies there.
Yeah,
not sure where I was looking at the time.
They've boosted that offside ring, and there is a long on and a long off. Big full toss, hit hard. Hamad Ahmed. Oh, just burst out of his grip. And another boundary. Good effort.
Yeah, he's a big man, Hamad Ahmed. When he thudded into the ground like that, there was every chance the ball was just going to ricochet against him and go over to the boundary, and that's exactly what happened. Look at that delivery, a loopy full toss. I don't think our assumption was wrong. Not a frontline bowler, Mohammad Imran, probably a part-timer. Just Mohammad Yasir maybe trying to pick out a trump card here because he doesn't have much to play with, just 120.
This time once again towards Hamad, and he gets him. Well, there you go. The card trick from Mohammad Yasir, the skipper, works, and Saghir Afridi just couldn't resist.
Yeah, it was there to be hit, wasn't it? It was just there in his slot. He hit it too flat for his liking, and Hamad Ahmed is the kind of fielder, he doesn't drop those. Much to the delight of Emirates NBD, who have finally picked up another wicket. 65 for 2 now. Mohammad Saghir departs for 34.
65 for 2. Abdul Ghaffar striding out at number 4. Big striker of the ball. The tall left-hander. If he gets going, we're certainly in for an early finish, Samir.
Yeah, like we said earlier, 7 districts seem to be in a hurry to finish things off. Promotion for Abdul Ghaffar. As you said, if he gets into the mood this evening, they're going to be really early getting on the E3 level motivated.
Shrewd captaincy from Mohammad Yasir paid off twice. First giving Ali Raja that over in the power play, and then now Mohammad Imran. So they're certainly fighting back, although the required run rate is below 4. There's only so much a captain can do. Gently prodded towards cover for a dot ball. So he's just looking to suss him out.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, as a captain, when you're chasing such a low score, when you're protecting such a low score, you're really out of options sometimes, and then a trump card like this could go anyway.
Oh, he's beaten him outside off. Abdul Ghaffar. Well, if that had struck the timber, that would have shaken up 7 districts for sure. Not a bad over from Mohammad Imran at all. 65 for 2 at the end of power play. Ali Raja into his second over. Impressive find for Emirates NBD. Trying to hook that away. Ooh, there could have been some glove there given as wide. And the keeper had shelled it as well.
Yeah, he's been the only cricketer in the park tonight for Emirates NBD who has come out to try and win this game. Very disappointed with the performance of the rest of them, but Ali Raja has stood out. And if he can maybe pick up a couple of wickets here, suddenly they'll start believing Emirates NBD.
He certainly has a bit of pace and bounce. Oh, Apesh, but beats the point fielder. Deep third on the move. And he can't get there. Nicely played in the end by Hafiz Almas.
But that's the problem, isn't it? You bowl a good delivery, you get the batsman to play in the air, but your fielder isn't backing you up. Very lazy effort, that one. You need to get your body behind, put in a slide if needed, but every single run matters here.
Yeah, Mohammad Yasir, the skipper, perhaps a bit stiff after his 2-over spell. Needs somebody a lot more proactive at point. He's still there. There is a slip in place for Ali Raja. Good tactics. And he finds the gap behind point once again. This is a long chase for the fielder. And the ball will win the race. Went after it Lahiru, but couldn't get there. It'll be a boundary.
I'll tell you what, he hasn't hit that ball, he's just touched it. But it's the timing that has, look at that, very delicately played, but it's the timing and this fast outfield that has allowed the ball to run away. Beautiful batting this. This is an example of how you don't need to really tonk every ball, but just make sure you time it and place it.
Especially in the later evening, in the second innings, when the outfield gets really slick, the ball gets wet and just comes onto the bat that much nicer. Good change of length. Nicely bowled and nicely played.
Yeah, by now Mohammad Yasir must be thinking of at least giving in some protection down in the deep point fair boundary there. Then a couple of boundaries in that region. And speaking of that point fielder, Yasir himself is now going to place himself at point for the left-hander. They say you have to have your best fielder at point, don't you? That's where most of the balls go.
I'd like to have a catching extra cover just in case Abdul Ghaffar mistimes a drive. So they're bringing that deep third in, and Yasir has gone to that catching cover kind of position. No, they've kept the deep third, and he moves to backward point. So some late adjustments.
Mid wicket has come up.
Mid wicket has come up, yes indeed. Oh, nicely bowled, and that could have easily trod onto the stumps. Good delivery from Ali Raja.
Yeah, cut back in, back of a length. Abdul Ghaffar looking to make room there. Got caught in between. Little wrong footed also. Look at that. Really got caught. Hit him on his ribs, I think.
Well, that could be one angle to exploit. Bowling it onto his body. Usually likes to thrash the ball with his arms when offered width, outside off. Looking to pull that away, but not much of a connection.
He seems to have done his homework, Ali Raja. He understands that Abdul Ghaffar may not be his strongest suit, the shorter one onto his ribs. He likes to free his arms generally when it's in his arc. So, good thinking there.
Well, these bankers are quite studious. Always working with numbers, Excel sheets, charts all day. So they should be doing their research on their opposition. Sliced in the air, there is a deep cover, it will drop in front of him. Not attacking the ball there, Lahru. Frustration for NBD. But a mixed bag of an over comes to an end. 77 for 2 at the end of 7 overs. Mohammad Imran continues. A big full toss, not connected there by Hafiz Almas, and good fielding of his own bowling.
Yeah, he'll feel like he missed out there. Juicy full toss, could have hammered it anywhere he wanted. Played a little too early maybe. Ball never arrived at him. Hafiz Almas is a strong boy.
He most certainly is. Oh, he's gone straight, he's gone aerial, and he's gone the distance maximum.
Yeah, we say it too often this term, but this one here applies completely. Stand and deliver. That's what he did, Hafiz Almas. Right behind the side screen, as straight as you like.
I like the shot selection there. He didn't drag it onto the leg side. He went straight. He knows it's a shorter boundary. He has the power and he has the smarts as well. Really good cricketer. He's been new to the scene past couple of months or so, but he's already made a big impression. A lot of teams already whispering about him, and 7 districts need to keep him locked down.
And he bowled with some steam too early on. So good all-rounder to have in your team. He has that real makings of a superb all-rounder.
Yeah, he's well built, healthy pace, intelligent bowler as well. And as you can see, he can bat in the top 4 as well. Genuine fast bowling all-rounders. They're a rare breed.
Indeed. And if you can bat like that and crank up the speed, it's a wonderful asset to have in any team. Mohammad Imran now under pressure early on in the over. A big 6 off his second delivery. Where is he going to bowl now? What's going to be the idea?
Yeah, at the pace at which he bowls, he certainly can't afford to drop it short. Has to err on the side of being full. Let's see if he gets it right. When he does, he can be a wicket taker. Oh, that's a peach of a delivery going across Almas this time. Mohammad Shahir asking for the stumping. And we'll go to the third umpire to take a look.
And that is where they needed to be, that length. It's always been a struggle for the batter. It looks like he might be safe.
Yeah, his back foot never left the crease, I reckon. But good keeping there from Shahir and good bowling from Imran. At first impression, I think he's all right. So all green lights for Hafiz Almas. Good response from Mohammad Imran though. And played with a lot more respect this time.
Yeah, it's come back well. 2 dot balls after that, getting hit for that 6. What a long on and long off. It's not like Hafiz Almas is going to mind too much about the field. He can back himself to clear those fielders with some ease.
Yeah, 37 runs away. Just come in with a nice not out if possible. Oh, it's a full toss, belted. And over the comb box, over the dugouts for a mighty maximum.
Such nice viewing, that shot. Was almost cover driven for 6. Look at that, a full toss and right behind us. We saw the ball dipping on us. Luckily it went over us.
Well, this time Samir Yunus was not ducking for cover.
A bit more trust in these glass panels, Ahmad.
Well, I've been told that the only time this glass was shattered was by a certain Mr. Kieron Pollard.
Good day to speak about him, isn't it? He retired from cricket, is now going to be a batting coach for Mumbai Indians.
What a legend he is. Absolutely achieved everything in the game there was for T20. Multiple IPL winner, multiple T20 World Cup winner. And as a batting consultant, especially for power hitting,
Yep.
I don't think there's a better man on earth for that role.
And it's not like Mumbai have a lack of those. Quite a few in their arms, in their armory. We're looking to extend that with the advices of Kieron Pollard.
31 needed of 73, required run rate below 2.5. The ball has been returned. I think maybe some Afghan fans still hanging around there. And of course, some certain selfies have been taken. We can talk about that later. Mr. Samir Yunus taking full advantage, meeting some big time celebs.
I was happy to meet obviously the biggest star from Afghanistan. Rashid Khan was walking past after their training session. They headed to Sri Lanka, by the way, Afghanistan, for a 3-match ODI series. All of them being played in the mountains of Pallekele. Beautiful ground, one of the nicest in Sri Lanka. And I was lucky enough to click a selfie with him. The privilege of coming to ICCA Academy every other day.
Oh, absolutely. One of the best venues for cricket period in the world. Meanwhile, a steady over from Imran, 89 for 2. Anuj Thakur, gentle outswinger, well down the leg side. Well, Abdul Ghaffar has been an innocent bystander so far to the Hafiz Almas fireworks show, and I think he'll be looking to cut loose as well.
Yeah, he liked this angle, Anuj Thakur bringing it into him. He likes it when it's in his arc, especially on the leg side. And look at the bat stance of his.
Pulled off the hip and it's gone for 4 in a flash. Well, you cannot bowl short to this man.
And not at that pace. He has enough time to swivel and move those wrists fast enough. Look at that. Saw the bat speed there. Express.
The lack of complication in his batting is a joy to watch. He bats with a clear mind, a clear approach. He doesn't care who's in front of him or where the fielders are. He's going to play his shots, and 90% of the time they come off. Just like that, skewed away, landing in between 3 fielders. Perfectly placed.
They made a triangle, didn't they, the 3 of them? And it landed right in between. Talk about placement from Abdul Ghaffar. Skewed up. They didn't really go the distance that he wanted it to. Anuj Thakur making some changes now in the field. Emirates NBD still believe they've got something to do from this game. 25 from 17 now. It's slipping away, but They're not giving up. Third man comes, fine leg comes up now.
Yeah, damage control is the name of the game. They need to keep that net run rate in check, take it as deep as possible. That one just swinging away from Hafiz Almas, pleading look to the umpire, but Asif Iqbal, very experienced, now an international umpire, not interested.
Well, I've seen more closer ones than that being given for wide. So batter Hafiz Almas obviously looking for a bit of a chance. They are 22 off 10. He's really got off to a flyer here.
Yeah, I like how he likes to play straight, not too many shots square of the wicket. This time trying that dab to third, and Asif Iqbal once again telling him, no, it's within the limits, my friend.
Can be frustrating as a batter actually when you're not getting the pace, especially when it's outside the off stump. Generally you like to really work those wrists and cut them away in the gap, but when you don't have the pace to work with, it becomes all the more difficult.
Flicked uppishly towards mid wicket, nobody in the inner ring, so a safe shot. So Anuj is getting that ball to slightly hoop around here.
Yeah, Captain Mohammad Yasir trying everything at his disposal here. He's made a few bowling changes now. Some successful, some not so much, most not so much in fact.
He must be missing the presence of his tall off-break bowler, Charuka Raveen. Oh, big swish from Abdul Ghaffar, trying to clobber that over cow corner. And that concludes the over. 96 for 2. Santosh Pillai into the attack, right arm off spinner. Oh, very well bowled. Good start, right on the money.
Kept short there. Took Hafiz by surprise. He was teeing up to play that big shot on the leg side. Santosh Pillai also having a smile about it.
24 needed, with plenty of deliveries to spare. I think Hafiz Almas, he's not going to hang around against the off break. The matchup suits him. Oh, it's gone straight up. Keeper settling. Oh, he's made an absolute hash of it. Mohammad Shahir, what are you doing there, young man?
Overran it. That's what he did. The ball suddenly seemed like it was going behind him, and he slipped backwards, and it looks like he's done himself some damage. Ooh, that's a hard fall, isn't it?
Yeah, landed on his right shoulder there. And of course, he was wearing that lid as well. And of course, the damage done to his pride as well. Hopefully, he'll be alright.
Yeah, he doesn't want to show his face to the camera after dropping that catch. And doesn't want to show his face to Santosh Pillai. But Santosh is a humble man. He'll come up and check up on his teammate. I was just walking in today, Ahmad. Santosh was also walking in at the same time. I was just telling him, I hope you have a better game today compared to the other day. And he said, very humble of him. He said, we're just a bunch of bankers. We're not pro cricketers. Very, very humble of him. Nice to hear those words. 97 for 2. It's 23 needed off 64.
So they've changed the wicketkeeper for now. I think it's Lahiru Malwatte who's stepping in with the gloves. Santosh Pillai did create an opportunity there that was grasped, but of course we're wishing Mohammad Shahid recovers quickly. Oh, big swish there from Abdul Ghaffar. Nicely bowled by Santosh.
Yeah, Santosh should have wished that hit the stumps. Missed it completely. Abdul Ghaffar almost took his eyes off. That's how hard he played at it.
Pardon me, it's Anuradha Ananayake who is the wicketkeeper currently. And very strange way he grips the bat. There you can see it's the bat face is aiming towards extra. Outside edge. They will scamper for one and they'll make it in time. And overthrows. No, they haven't taken them.
Clearing a full-time keeper. Anuradha Ekanayaka filling in for his injured teammate Mohammad Shahid.
Yeah, and he's a key player for them, Shahir. Wicketkeeper opener. Made a fabulous knock in their first game, leading them to victory. So they need him back at full fitness. They still have plenty of matches to go in the group stage, 4 after this. They want to reverse that trend of losses. It might not happen for them tonight. Seems to be 7 districts evening. And this competition is heating up very, very nicely at the Arabian Cricket League. Goes downtown. And it goes all the way for a maximum over the side screen.
Down on one knee, on the offside. That's an invitation for Hafiz Almas. Hit me if you can. And Hafiz Almas says, well, I'm going to hit you and I'm going to hit you far and far behind. It's another maximum, 104 for 2 now with 1 more to go in the 10th over.
Beautiful clean strike there from Almas. He's peppered that straight boundary. By my recollection, that's his 3rd 6 of the evening. And this time it's a flat 4 right down the center of the ground. Beautiful shot. And now it's become an expensive over. 12 off it. Once again, 2 full there, Samir.
That's his strength, isn't it? You bowl to him nice and straight and he'll hit you nice and straight. So end of the 10th, 108 for 2. Just a few more to go now. 12 runs to win. It's a matter of finishing it off here for 7 district.
So 12 needed of 10 overs. The result seems a certainty in favor of 7 districts, and joining me for the final rights of this match is going to be Neil Oja. Good evening, Neil.
Good evening, Ahmed. Sheer dominance by 7 district. 12 required of 60 deliveries. The required run rate is a meager 1.2. 108. Ghaffar 7, Hafiz 34.
Yeah, if Anuj misses his length here, I think it might not go beyond this over. So he needs to be on high alert. Coming around the wicket to Ghaffar. And Ghaffar clears his front leg and dispatches this into the schoolyard for a huge 6.
Well, this is demotivating for any bowler. Demoralizing for anyone who's held the ball in his hand. It was in the slot and went many a miles. Look at the distance the ball has covered.
Well, we have to take this man out to a golf course and tell him to strike the ball. He's a natural golfer. Tiger Woods, watch out. 13 off 10. And it's up in the air. Does it have the legs? Oh, yes, it does. Game, set, and match for 7 districts.
Well, yeah, they were 2 hits away, 12 runs away, and he actually took just 2 hits to finish the game. 2 deliveries. We're talking about Anuj's over. Well, Anuj didn't get an opportunity to bowl an over. 2 deliveries were enough. Abdul Ghaffar just smashing them. Back-to-back 6s, and that is 8. 120 were required, and they get 120 in 10.2 overs.
Oh, a massive win for 7 districts. That will correct that net run rate deficit they faced at the hands of Pacific Group. A commanding show from their bowlers. It was Hafiz Almas with the ball. The spinners did their job as well, produced some run-outs in the outfield as well, and that is the batting scorecard. 34 of 19 for Mohammad Saghir Afridi, Rais Ahmed 26 of 15, and Hafiz Almas coming in at 34 not out of 17. Abdul Ghaffar with those 2 mighty 6s going to 19 of 11. as they gun down the target in less than 11 overs. 1 for 27 for Mohammad Asad Ali Raja, very impressive. And Mohammad Imran, the left arm leggy, getting 1 wicket to his name as well.
Well, yeah, they just lost 2 wickets, 55 and at 65, and after that it was just clinical. 120 is what they needed, and they scored it with a beautiful strike rate. Now, this will definitely, like you mentioned, Ahmed, will give them an advantage in the net run rate, and the table will have a different face altogether.
Well, that is the match summary for you. Emirates NBD elected to bat first, and they were shot out for 119. Haider Ali 2 for 17, and Mohammad Asad Ali Raja, the only standout batter, 38 not out of 32. Rais Ahmed, Shahid Nawaz and Hafiz Almaz chipping away with wickets as well. And in response, 7 districts just took 10.2 overs to chase down that target of 120. Mohammad Sagir Afridi 34 of 19, and Hafiz Almaz, the star of the show, 34 not out of 17, as 7 districts won comfortably by 8 wickets. Well, that is the match coming up for you on the 17th, match number 32. The Vision Shaping taking on Gems Education. That's all from the Combox for now. Now we head over to Samir Yunus, who will be with the player of the match ceremony. Over to you, Samir, and good night from the Combox.
Hello.
Next time. अस्सी तो टॉस से ही पैर पड़ जाएंगे. आशीर्वाद लो. Okay सर जी. Okay. Okay नील भाई.
enjoy that little break.
हाँ हाँ, मैंने लिंडन को भेजी। हाँ राशिक सर, मैंने उसकी आप हमारी जो फोटो ली ना, मैं लिंडन को भेजी थी। प्लीज गिव माय
D10 में आना था।
अच्छा ओके। Well, it's an early finish here at the SkyX.net ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League 2022-2023, powered by Fanco. Today's game, obviously, between 7 District and Emirates NBD Cricket Club. This is the post-match presentation ceremony. But before we announce the player of the match, it is important that we thank all our sponsors, especially here at the ICC Academy, for the wonderful facilities and all the work that has been put behind the scenes to put together this awesome tournament. Obviously, our sponsors, our title sponsors, SkyX.net, our official streaming partner FanCode, and of course our event partner TCM. Without their support, this tournament wouldn't have been possible. To give away the player of the tournament, player of the match award, I have with me the match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali. Welcome to you, sir. Well, it was a short game in the end. 7 District obviously putting on a ruthless, comprehensive performance, and they did win by 8 wickets, and that was thanks largely to a superb performance with the ball and the bat by none other than Hafiz Almas, who is our player of the tournament. 1 for 32 with the ball and 34 runs to his name. Making a real name for himself in the cricketing circles of UAE, Hafiz Almas is our player of the tournament. Hafiz साहब, 1 for 32, विकेट भी ले लिया, रन्स भी बना ले, कैसा लग रहा है?
शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, सबसे पहले शुक्र अल्लाह पाक का, और उसके बाद हमारे लिए मस्ट विन है। हम पहले 2 मैचेस हार चुके हैं, तो एक तो अपना रन रेट अच्छा करना, और दूसरा ये है कि दूसरी टीम को जितना कम में हम रोकेंगे उतना हमारा रन रेट ज़्यादा बेहतर होगा। तो उसी के लिए अकॉर्डिंग बॉलिंग की, और एंड पे जाके बैटिंग भी वैसे ही।
वैसे तो आप ऑलराउंडर के करके माने जाते हैं, लेकिन अगर आपसे यह पूछूं कि आप बैटिंग ऑलराउंडर है कि बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर है, कौन सा चूज़ करेंगे आप?
मैं ऑब्वियसली बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर हूँ, मैं बॉलिंग को ही यूज़ करूँगा, पर आज कुछ कंडीशन ऐसी थी कि इसलिए मुझे 1 डाउन जाना पड़ा, तो मुश्किल नहीं है कुछ भी, तो वो करके दिखा दिया अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
जब बैट करने गए तो शुरू में थोड़ी तकलीफ हुई, मतलब हमने देखा है कि पूरे आज मैच में कोई भी बैट्समैन सेटल नहीं हो रहा था, मतलब थोड़ी तकलीफ होती थी बैट लेने। आपको कैसा लगा जब आप गए? विकेट में कुछ कमी थी या बस आपकी बॉलिंग बहुत अच्छी थी शुरू में?
ऑब्वियसली मैं यही कहूँगा कि मुझे लिटरली कोई कन्फ्यूजन नहीं हुई जाके विकेट पे या स्विंग खेलने में या कुछ भी करने में, क्योंकि मेरे आपने देखा होगा पहले 2 बॉल्स पे मैंने 2 फोर्स की हैं, चौके मारे हैं, तो वो मुश्किल नहीं थी। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारी बॉलिंग यूएई में वैसे ही सब कहते हैं कि बॉलिंग हमारी बहुत अच्छी है, तो वो लड़कों की मेहनत है, उन्होंने बॉलिंग अच्छी की थी, इसलिए उन दूसरे बैट्समैनों के जो है वो बैट पे बॉल नहीं आ रहा था। वैसे विकेट में इतना को मुश्किल नहीं था।
चलो विश करते हैं कि ऐसे ही आपकी परफॉर्मेंस रहे, और ऑल द बेस्ट एंड कंग्रेचुलेशंस अगेन।
थैंक यू सर।
That is Hafiz Almas, a player of the match in this 30th encounter of the ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League. More action coming your way very soon, so stay with us, watch this space. We will see you again very soon. Until then, it's goodbye and good night from Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. Bye bye.